Welcome back to a new episode, good people. Today we are at the Kwaku Festival for some good music and entertainment. And did I also tell y'all that my website went MIA? Uh, okay, well, let's talk about it. Now, before you start watching, subscribe to the channel. You're already here, so you'll like what it is that you see. And hit the notification bell so you'll never miss a new weekly video. Enjoy the show.
Nobody got a chance to read your back up. Let me show you how to dance.
So a couple of weeks back, I visited the Kwaku Festival, which is in Amsterdam Southeast, and one of the people in my network was not one of the people, it's a group. They consist out of three beautiful ladies, and they are called Native Moons. And with their group, they organize events like this. They also have their jams. They give workshops, classes. They do a lot of things. Great event. The reason why this is one of the members, by the way. The reason why I enjoy their events is because it is very free. It's very much the essence of come as you are, which is basically something that I miss a lot in today's dance scene when it comes to the ciphers, jams, but also the band dance battles. Now, dance battles are dance battles, of course, but a lot is about the aggression of I'm gonna get you. And here, I mean, they also organized the dance battle, but it was very much of a response, an exchange. You know, you say something, you do something, I'm going to say something back, and I'm going to do something back. So it was beautiful to see that, witness that, and also to see how other people interacted with the music. Beautiful thing to see. And another reason why I visited there is because I want to get back to dancing again, right? Did not participate in the battle because I more still in my observance zone, if that makes sense. I'm still on the sideline just watching and enjoying. And I gotta tell you, I actually really enjoy it. And that gives me a lot of energy and spirit just to be who I am and bring that to the dance floor eventually. And I kind of like it. I kind of like it on the sideline. But at the same time, I do have that feeling that says, yo, I need to get back on that dance floor with the people. Come on, with the people. Absolutely love it. It was a combination of different types of styles, voguing, whacking, hip-hop, locking, house, a little bit of hip-hop. One of my favorite DJs was playing, Lucas. Absolutely amazing music. I really enjoyed myself. A lot. So you already see, I had to buy some stuff, small stuff, some fruit, coffee, for those days and nights that I'm sitting over here. Water, you know, and I bought some chocolate. You already know. Chocolate. So how have y'all been? How are y'all doing? I'm standing at the sink, by the way. If you don't see me, I'm doing something. Just know I'm doing something. Okay, just know that I'm doing something. So welcome. I'm very happy that y'all here. Thank you so much for subscribing. I really appreciate it. Without your support, this would not be possible. I hope that everybody's doing fine. It's Friday today, and I'm doing the best that I can right now. That is what it is right now. I'm doing my best. Really bad happened this particular week. So I was already struggling with my website for quite some time, and that was due to the fact that it had some viruses. So I contacted the company that hosts the website, and I said, listen, I don't know what is going on, but Y'all tripping. This website is tripping because every time when I go to the website, I see that I'm being redirected to another commercial site that has nothing to do with my site. And they looked at my website and said, ma'am, you got over 9 viruses on your website. I was like, what the fuck? This cannot be. And they could not even solve it. Well, they could not solve it because they don't have access to my web space where my website is hosted on. My website is hosted on WordPress. And I know a lot about WordPress. I know a lot about WordPress. I've used WordPress for years. And I was just devastated because for the last couple of months, I've never talked about it here on the channel, but for the last couple of months, I've been struggling. When I'm telling you I've been struggling with this website, unbelievable. I've been struggling with this website. I've been struggling with complications, and I had to take it off, put it back on, take it off, put it back on, take it off, put it back on. And it was the Thursday where I literally planned for my day to be here, like literally just for the whole day. And my website was just gone. I can't tell you what happened. I can't tell you what did not happen. Girl, the only thing I can tell you is she was gone. She was lost. Y'all having a cup of coffee? Y'all want some? And I also created a subdomain because my hosting provider allows me to create a subdomain to the head domain. But if your head domain, which is mcjstudio.me, by the way, go over there and buy my artwork. Shameless plug, yes indeed. I could not approach the subdomain, which in the beginning was no problem, and I actually created it as a backup, right? So that if something happens to the head domain, then at least the shop will be available for people to go over there. Ciao. Tell me why she was gone as well. I know a lot. Listen, I'm an intelligent woman. I know a lot. And I also know how to apply my knowledge. But this was just too much for me. For the last couple of months, I've been struggling, like fighting. I was in a serious fight. I just, all power, courage, joy, inspiration, and motivation just left my body. I was ready to give up. I was ready to give up and say, you know what? I don't need a website that badly. I really don't. The hosting company was not really that much of a help because when I said, well, it took them like 3 weeks after I posted for several times, right? After I posted a question, and it didn't take them actually 3 weeks, it took them several months. But I had to come back to the question each and every single time because the solution that they gave was not sufficient. And then for the last couple of 3 to 4 weeks, 3-4 weeks ago, when I posted a question again, like, listen, something is going on with this website. I cannot put my finger on it. Oh, ma'am, now we see that it has viruses. We're going to have to look at it. So I have to wait 3 to 4 weeks. Well, I didn't have to, but I waited for 3 to 4 weeks. I said, listen, what's going on? Because you're telling me that I have to contact you. Then when I contact you, I contacted them twice. I contact y'all and it is still not clear.
Oh man, there's nothing that we can do. Here's a link to a website how you can clear your website from viruses. Have a go at it.
And I said, well, if a link is the only thing that you could do, you didn't have to have me. I didn't have to wait for 3 to 4 weeks now. That doesn't make any sense now, does it? Well, ma'am, we cannot enter your web space so that we can make a backup and everything. I'm like, I don't trust y'all anyway now. Okay? Because I don't know what it is, how you can solve this. If something like this is already hard for you to solve and you cannot even come with an efficient and sufficient solution,
then I don't trust y'all with my web space. After that call, it's like they were like, girl, we're gonna get you. I don't know if they did it or they didn't do it, but it was done. So yesterday when I saw that, when I tell you I just lost all of the inspiration in my body, I was just willing to go into a corner, make myself so small as possible, and just cry my eyes out. And this is the day before Auntie Flo, so I'm already a little bit emotional. What kind of game is this that y'all playing with me? Like, it was like the internet gods were against me. When I tell you I've built websites from scratch and I've done so many things, but I think, now that I'm thinking about it, what happened yesterday was actually also a great moment. I know, very counterproductive, but it was actually a really great moment because that was the moment that I decided that I did not want to spend that much time on fussing with my website. And I even had the feeling that it came from a place where I still was looking and approaching it from a place where I, you already know my history, what I used to be, administrative worker. And I was actually approaching it exactly that way. There's a big no-no. But I did notice that the last couple of months, the website was really consuming my time and attention in the moments that I actually could do something else. Another thing about this website, I wanted to rebrand it, make it look different, more like towards a gallery feel. And it was like the world says, girl, why are you doing that? You better put your ish back. People are not looking at you because you are like a gallery, museum feel. People are looking at you because you're an artist and for who you are. Please be you and not someone else. With that being said, listen up. Bought some paint. I could not find burnt sienna from the brand that I normally use, which is either Rembrandt or Gamblin. I hope I'm saying that right. Gamblin. I don't know. How do you say that? How do you say that, girl? I don't know. Anyway, I bought something, and yeah, this is actually Old Holland Classic Oil Colors. Made in the Netherlands, here in the lowlands. And well, I've heard about it and that it's like a really good brand, but I never bought it. I never bought it, but I need the color. Another thing that I find myself getting into is creating smaller pieces, of which the one that I'm creating over there, y'all don't see it, but we're gonna talk about it later on. It's one of the things that I also want to introduce into MCJ's art studio, because not everybody can get it, not everybody can have something like this, a bigger piece. It's not practical for everyone. Art prints, yes, they are there, but people still also want to have originals. So bought 2 smaller pieces. What is this? Let me see, this is 15 by 15 centimeters. If you want to know how much it is in inches, do your math. All right? And also one that is 24 by 30, which is this. Bam. So bought 4 canvases to introduce also smaller pieces. I'm still gonna make my big pieces. I will still be creating my big pieces. Ain't nobody gonna stop me from doing that. I'm still gonna be creating my big pieces, but big for me is this 90 by 120 centimeters. Like I'm still king. That's big to me. It can even get bigger, but I don't have the space for it. Okay, we don't have the space for that. These pieces are considered to be modest. But also when it comes to price range, it creates like a variation of price range, because when you go to my website, I have the original paintings over there, and the price ranges the price ranges. So I can definitely understand for people that are like, you know what, I love your art, but it is in my budget, it doesn't fit. And that's not to say that I'm now only going to make more affordable pieces. What it means is that I want to have, you know, something for someone. And if people really want to have like affordable pieces that are below the 500 euros, then I would suggest take a print. You definitely have to decide that for yourself as an artist if that is feasible. Do you want to be in the higher price class, or do you want to be in the lower price class? But always mind your prices. If this is your, if you are, let's say, if you are a person who says, I want to make my living of it, start doing it from the get-go. You could always build, but start doing it from the get-go so that people already know what they can expect from you. If you're really someone who is, yeah, I just stood up, I'm sorry, but I'm standing here near the camera. The battery was low, girl. The battery was low. But if you're someone who is really going for, you know, if you're an artist and you want to go for something that is, let's say you have a certain niche and you know your market, then you also need to know what their budget is, of course. That is going to determine what the price class is as well. Right? Let's go to the part of the shades before I go to the last piece that I bought in the store. I'm sick and tired of people being one color. Black people do not look all alike. I said it. I said it. The whole purpose of my art practice is, of course, to show and tell not just the stories, but also show and tell the many shades, colors, forms that we come in. Black people are not a monolith. Okay? We do not all have big lips and white noses. I got it. It doesn't mean that everybody has it. It doesn't mean that the brother and the sister of another mother and another father has it. No. It's also in the texture of us, in the position, the way that we stand, our swag, all of that. I'm sorry, if you do not understand the culture, you can never capture it. You can't capture it. I don't care what you do. And I know I'm gonna piss a lot of people off. Well, be pissed. Be in the land of the pissed. I've sent a lot of people over there. Artists these days that are being praised and you know, you might not see, you might hear and see of them. A lot of them are not really capable of bringing the nuances of culture on canvas. And I don't care if you're saying, well, I just want to paint people. Yeah, but people are not just like a plant, just placed somewhere. Okay? People are part of a culture. They have an environment. They have a story. There's a reason why you are looking at the person that you're looking at and why you pick them to paint them. So please, build the context properly. But who am I to say it? Ugh, Lord have mercy. When I was standing at CBK Zuidoost in a group exposition with I Am Still King 1, which is my son, who I painted, there was this lady just drawn to it, like, just staring, and I didn't say a damn thing when I saw her looking at it. And she was like, oh my God, I hate to say this, but she started to compare my son to someone black that she would know, to another black person in her life. Now, even though I do appreciate it because, you know, it builds this sense of familiarity, it did kind of piss me off. Because why can't you just look at the painting and see the person for who they are, instead of you trying to find in your mind if you know another black person? That says a lot about people. That doesn't say anything about my work. It says a lot about people and how small they are in culture, how narrow their vision is about culture and different cultures. And the funny part about it is the place where I was part of that group exposition is located in one of the most multicultural parts of Amsterdam. And for you to try to relate to the painting by trying to remember somebody else that you know and then place that person in front of it, somewhere it might be a plus, because it opens up their mind into, like, and when I say their mind, I mean white people. Yes, white people, but also for black people. Okay, we cannot only blame white people, because if black people don't even get to see themselves on canvases, on paintings, as a sculpture, or as, you know, in films and et cetera, then your image is not being expanded. But it's different though. For white people, it's like, who else do I know who is black? And for damn it, I broke a nail. It's a huge difference. Black people will not look at the painting and say, let me see if I can resemble it with somebody else who is black. They will see an expansion of blackness in their environment. It's not just them in their own home, it's them also on canvas, in the museum, in an art space, in an art gallery. That's how they look at it. And white people, not all white people, let me just profess, not all white people, but unfortunately, it are the white people that come to, you know, that are familiar in the cultural sectors and that are familiar, you know, with art galleries, that when they see a black person, it's like either it's exotic, either it's, exotic, something that is out of the norm, something that is from a different space. And out of the norm is not something negative. It's more like it's not something that you regularly would see. It's not something that is standardized. So exotic. Or it's like, well, is this someone that I know? It reminds me of, oh, that person looks like, you know who I mean? You know, our neighbor or our coworker or our friend. It is not an expansion of blackness, but they don't know that concept. That's why I say it's culture. So they do not know that concept. For them, it's just, oh, another black person, another black person. Well, for black people, it's like, oh, we are expanding. It's like we are expanding. It's a huge difference. It's a huge difference, and it comes from the place where still yet white people are in the center of everything, and black people have to build their own spot, culture, place, either with like-minded, so they find their own tribe and they find their own culture. And that's how I consider to be blackness: our swag, our culture, our language, the way we speak, the way we greet, how we look. Or we are in that central part of where there is the European, white European, Western standard, and there we create our own spot, but we will never be in the center. So that's why for people, that white people that fall in that particular group, that segment, is like, oh, look, there's another one. Because in the center, they there stand. While for us, it's like, oh, we're spreading. Because what was once really small is now becoming bigger. It's not only in your home, it's also down the street. I now see it on ads. I see us in the movies, and it doesn't always have to be the bad guy or the thug or, you know, the hypersexualized lady or whatever it is. Not to say that we are not there as well, but it's not only what we have. So it becomes bigger, it spreads our perspective. But I know that, you know, for a lot of people, this is still going to be a very foreign subject. They still cannot comprehend. And it's from both sides, and also in the middle. Because it's not just black and white, right? It would be weird to say it was just either or. I'm using it might be very extreme explanation, reasoning, what I'm using, but in that way, I can build a contrast to make it even more clear. Because if I'm talking about the grayness and saying, well, not everybody is doing it, there are people that are in the middle of it, it's not going to make it clear. It's contrast that makes it possible for us to see differences. Differences are necessary. That's why I say don't paint people all just in one damn shade. Anyway, y'all see it already? Y'all see it? Let's see it. Let's see it. I have to be careful because I'm wearing a white shirt. This is one of the paintings, part 1 of 2. So this is a lighter shade. I want to create a little bit more highlights, but it needed to dry first. Let me put it like this. I needed to dry first, so y'all can see this already. And I'm gonna also use a very dark shade. I want to have a dark shade, like the same smile, but then a dark shade. Midnight blue or something like that. Like I already said, we come in many shades. So this one is going to be part 1 of the series called Dolce Vita. Dolce Vita is about sweet life. That's what it means, right? Dolce Vita. I hope I'm translating it well, but Dolce Vita means, wait a minute, I got my phone over here. Let's look it up. Let me ask Googleina, because me and Googleina are like this. Dolce Vita means, literally translated, the sweet life. And it's coming from a movie from Federico Fellini from 1960, where the expression was mentioned. So there you got it. You got a little history with it as well. So with Dolce Vita, even though it sounds very light and very pleasant, it has a deeper meaning. All right? It has a deeper meaning. What I want to create with Dolce Vita, as you can see and as I showed, that smile is huge. Like, it attracts your attention. And that's the whole purpose of it. I want people to be comfortable, especially melanated women of color, to be comfortable with the fact just to be unapologetically enjoying their emotions, especially the ones that are happy, especially the ones that can be a little bit extreme. But then again, what is now really extreme? Because in a world where people are using microaggression, misogynoir, I have to pronounce it well, misogynoir, and all other related manipulative tactics to control women of color, black women, melanated women. What is now being considered to be extreme? With Dolce Vita, I actually want to show a very extreme emotion, which is to smile and you show all of your teeth without having the feeling that you are being policed, being controlled, or people telling you, oh, you weigh too much, you have to act accordingly, or this might be something that sounds very familiar. You are intimidating. The way that you speak is intimidating, especially if there are women that speak directly, clearly and directly, and are very assertive. Yes, I hope I said it well. For women that have those characteristics, they right away are being seen as being intimidating. Nah, baby, you are being intimidated. You feel that you are being intimidated. And the reason why people feel that they are then being intimidated is because they cannot control that emotion with someone else. They cannot control it, they cannot manipulate it, and more so, they are not used to it. They are not used to women of color, melanated women, black women, to freely, without any form of explanation, clarification, reasoning, or discussion, showing how they feel. How they feel. That's why Now that I got you on the line, anyway, that's why I hate the word. I started to really I don't want to say hate, but I'm starting to really dislike the word strong woman. No. Because strong woman, in a lot of ways, you know, refers to how much can I endure without breaking? How much can I endure and still be smiling? How much can I endure and still being seen as a person who is nurturing and being loving and supportive towards someone else? No. Now, if you want to use the word resilient, yes, because I consider that to be a better definition, a better description of what happens when you deal with tough situations. You become resilient. And therefore, there is a way for you to also still be allowed to deal with the emotions that you're going through. It makes you resilient. I don't find it another word for being strong. I don't even like the word strong, because a lot of times it's just referred to, oh, you're so strong. You went through all those adversities and you're still strong. No, we are not mules. We ain't no damn mule. Okay? So when I say that I'm sad, I am sad. When I say that I'm happy, I am happy. And I don't need to clarify that. I don't need to be police for that. When I smile out loud and people are looking at me like, well, why is she smiling? Is that your business? Okay? When I say something and I'm bothered about something, I will say that with a full chest. That I don't like it. The pure enjoyment of your emotions and the state of being. Because it makes us human. It helps us to go through and navigate in life. It is good and great to feel alive, to have the sweet life. All right? Dolce Vita. And I bought this, a gray pad, neutral gray disposable paper palette for enhanced color gauging. So the reason why it's gray is, of course, you can have a better view of contrast, right? If you have a gray underground, if you use white, it's not really going to help. White absorbs, you know what I'm saying? Of black absorbs light, white reflects. Now, so white reflects, black absorbs. So gray really helps to have that great contrast. So you can tear it just off, which is something I'm just gonna have to look at right now. What the heck is this? Okay, well, from the brand new wave, we're gonna be using this. Yeah, it costs a little. I think it's reasonable. 15 euros. It has how many sheets? 50 sheets. 50. And it's glued on 3 edges. Oh, really? Oh, wait a minute. It's glued on this side, and on this side. So you can rip it on one side. Smart. Very smart. I like that. So we're going to be using this, people, to mix the paints on there. So that was it. That was my, that's all the things that I have to say and have to do and show y'all. There's not that much more. Oh, by the way, go to my web store. I have goodies like this, which is a notebook, and I absolutely love it. It looks gorgeous. Gorgeous. I have a number of notebooks from the different art paintings that I have. I also have a bag over there. I'll make a shot from it so y'all can see it as well. It looks so good. It looks amazing. I'm using it to do grocery stuff with it. I already made a couple of reels from it, and it just looks great. She is a little bit spicy because I chose mosaic. I ordered mosaic, but it looks absolutely amazing. I'm gonna order a couple of more next week, I think. And then I'm gonna order also No Guilt, Just Honor, this one, and also Emerge. I'm going to order Emerge as well because I'm very curious to see how they are going to look. But I already know it's going to look absolutely great. Absolutely fantastic and absolutely great. Okay, y'all. So that's it. That's all for this video.
Okay, enough talking. Now it's time to tidy up the studio. Now, this episode was kind of spicy. It was kind of spicy. But hey, that's also part of what we call the artistic journey, the creative journey. You know, you got to speak your mind about something, got to stand for something, or you fall for everything. Let me know what you think about this episode in the comments. I would love to hear what it is that you think. Maybe you got some topics that you're like, hey, listen, you know, I'm an artist of color, or maybe I'm not an artist of color, but I would like to hear more about this, or this is what I have been seeing around me. I would love to hear those stories back from you all because eventually you as an audience also get to deal with these type of things, or maybe not. That would be interesting to hear. As usual, I really appreciate that you have been watching. If you made it so far, you're a trooper. I appreciate you, fam. You're a trooper. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Weekly videos every Thursday, 8 p.m. on this YouTube channel. What would really help you is when you hit that notification bell. The notification bell is there to update you on the new video that I will post. So you never really have to forget it. I'm here to remind you every step of the way. Enjoy the rest of the video as I'm tidying up the studio, and I will see you very soon. Bye, y'all. Back here in the studio, and I got some items out of my store, some artsy goodies. Now, in my art shop, I have the original art prints and also some artsy goodies. That's how I like to call them, artsy goodies. And these are actually items that you can use in your everyday life. These are notebooks, t-shirts, stationery, etc., etc., accessories, great things that you can use. So here I ordered two samples. One is a tote bag and the other one is a notebook. I love the tote bag. I've been using it now a couple of times and I absolutely love the tote bag. She is tantalizing. Okay, so if you got a weak heart, this is not for you, but I do have different designs from my artworks on tote bags. So you can definitely choose another one if this is a little bit spicy for you. Not everybody can handle it. And the other one is a notebook. It's like a, pretty standard notebook, but I just love the vibrancy of the notebook. It's such a stand out. So for those who want to know how to get my art, and maybe you're looking for something else that might be in your budget, in your price region, these two items are definitely worthwhile to take. So go over to the website and get you some of these goodies.